This video will go through how to create a corridor. To create a corridor, we need three bits of information. We need an alignment, we need a profile, and we need an assembly. In this file, we have an alignment, which is called alignment 2, which is not a great name for it. We have a profile line here, and we have our assembly here. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a corridor. Select the corridor command under the Home tab under the Create Design panel. Select corridor from the drop down, and we're going to give this name Road 1 corridor. The corridor style is going to be the same, the layer is going to be the same, and make sure the baseline is on alignments and profiles. We're then going to select the alignment, which is called alignment 2, and the profile then is going to be our design profile line. So our design profile line is this alignment 2 VP3. Now you can also use this select from drawn area. If I use that select from drawn area and I want to select my design profile line, it will input in the right vertical profile there. The assembly I want to choose is going to be Road 1. And the target surface, this target surface is what our earthworks subassembly is going to be targeting to. And in this case, it'll be the existing ground. I'm going to untick this set all baselines and region parameters and go OK. You'll then see that the corridor is created. And the next thing I'm going to do is create a corridor volumetric surface. But before I create a volumetric surface, I need to create a corridor surface. To create a corridor surface, we select the corridor. And under the contextual ribbon, under the Modify Corridor panel, we go to Corridor Surfaces. And we create a corridor surface with this icon. And we want to define that corridor surface as the data types of links. And we want to also the specify code at the top. So if you want to create a surface for the formation level, you'll be changing it to formation. But in our case, we want to create a corridor surface for the finished road level. Select the plus button. Make sure you add it as baselines. The overhang correction, I always just change this to top links for the top. Go apply and rebuild. And OK. And that creates our corridor surface. And once we have the corridor surface created, we can create a volumetric surface from the finished road surface to the existing ground. Again, to create a volumetric surface, we go to the Analyze tab. We go to the Volumes and Materials panel, select Volume Dashboard, and we create a volumetric surface, third icon across. We're going to call it Topo V finished road level. The base surface is going to be the topo, or in our case, existing ground. And the comparison surface is going to be your Road 1 surface. Go OK. Go OK, and then you'll see that the road is in a cut of 50,000, just over 50,000, and a fill of 50,000, so it's nearly balancing out. There's only 561 of a fill material. So the next thing I want to show you is that once you create that volumetric surface, that volumetric surface now displays in our surface or in our model file here. I just want to turn off that volumetric surface, so I'm going to left click, and you'll see that it will come up as thin volume surface, top of the finished road level. And I just want to turn that off. I don't want to see that. So I go to my surface properties and I go into the information tab. Within the information tab, the default styles, I want to change my surface style to no display. Go apply and OK. I can see within the surface that there is a bit of interpolation going on. So we can see in this area that it's interpolating from this point over to here and also from this point over to here. To get rid of that interpolation, you add on a boundary to the surface. To add on a boundary to the surface, you go up to the surface properties, go to the Analyze tab. Sorry, you don't go up to surface properties. You click on the corridor first. So select the corridor. Now it's going to be hard to select the corridor because it is below the triangulation surface. But since I have this selection cycling on, I can select the corridor. And again, to turn that on, you use the selection cycling up here. And then I'm going to left click here where both the corridor and the corridor surface are on top of each other. I left click and I can select the corridor. Selecting the corridor, I'm going to go to corridor properties. And then you'll see that you'll have surfaces here, which is the exact same as corridor surface command here. And you have boundaries. And we just want to add in a boundary, so I'm going to right click on the road 1 surface and I'm going to click on corridor extents as outer boundary. And by doing that, it will get rid of any of these interpolated areas and it will basically put a boundary on the string line for the earthwork. Go OK, and you shall notice that these lines here will disappear. Rebuild. And you can see all of them lines that were interpolating outside of the corridor envelope have now disappeared. And now if I go back into my Analyze tab, go back into my volume dashboard, I will see that it has updated. It was 500 and something and now it's 884. So that's how you create a corridor surface, how you create a volumetric surface, comparing the finished road level or the corridor surface to the topo surface, and also how to add in a boundary to a corridor surface.